Okay, I think we're ready for our fifth competitor. Leslie Locklear from Educational Leadership and Cultural Foundations will be telling us the stories of Lumbee tribal youth.
Hello. How many of you remember learning about the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina in your primary education? The Lumbee tribe of North Carolina, the largest tribe east of the Mississippi River with over 55,000 members, is often rendered completely invisible when it comes to academic literature. As a member of the Lumbee tribe, I first heard my tribal nation mentioned in a 12th grade elective class, and I was hooked. I wanted to know everything. As an educator, I quickly realized that studies related to working with American Indian students focused on southwestern tribes, again, rendering my people invisible. With over 500 tribal nations, it is critical to remember that we all have a distinct culture. This gap in the literature prompted my research. I wanted to know more about the Lumbee students' educational experience. What were their successes? What were their barriers? And how did they overcome them? In face-to-face interviews conducted with Lumbee tribal young adults ages 18 through 26 in Robeson, Scotland, Hoke, and Cumberland counties, counties that primarily serve the Lumbee student population, I was able to find this story. The most beautiful part of this work are the ways in which Lumbee students are successfully navigating an educational system that renders them completely invisible. Through their stories, their barriers were evident. Not only facing a lack of culture within the classroom as well as in the curriculum, Lumbee students also faced racism and stereotypes from their non-American Indian educators as well as their non-American Indian peers. Students in Hoke, Scotland, and Cumberland counties also told story after story of realizing that they faced lack of educational opportunities as well as a lack of educational rigor in an educational system that was under-resourced and underfunded. Though these barriers are disheartening, the most powerful part of this work are the ways in which Lumbee students continue to overcome. Lumbee students told story after story of finding their strength in their place-based identity as well as their Lumbee culture. Lumbee students also sought out American Indian student organizations when they were dealing with their own identity, not only to learn more about their culture, but also to educate others. Lumbee students also told story after story of finding their comfort in the Lumbee dialect, their strength of returning home for Lumbee homecoming, or of course, a good collard sandwich, collards placed delicately between two pieces of fried cornbread topped with a piece of fatback. The culminating part of this work are the ways in which Lumbee students advise parents, educators, and administrators to continue to support them in the educational setting, and that was through the power of deep, caring relationships. It was often these relationships that students used to find the resources they need, as well as the strength within their educational curriculum, and it was these relationships that students wanted to see expanded and built upon within the educational system. Thank you.